Hey guys, welcome. We're here with more Master Detective Raincoat. It's really quiet right now because we're in the intermission just before the Mystery Labyrinth, so no music or anything. But yeah, welcome back, guys. So yeah, last time we left off, we started the investigation. We were in a big plot train. So yeah, we decided to go shopping with Makoto. Where shopping is like we got in his car and everything, and he took us to Amaterasu Corp. Where we went down to the secret lab, which isn't very like that big of a secret, but still like a secret lab. Public doesn't get out see it enough, but like a lot of Amaterasu Corp, uh, what do you call it? Employees can see it a lot, so it doesn't seem like a big deal. Like there were no traces of homunculi research or anything. Hey Tetra, welcome. So you went in there, and we met a doctor who is such a big hikikomori. He makes this one separate lab on his own power grid, with 3 rooms to go through first, with the high tech security, electric floors, poison gas chamber, and everything, so that no one can meet him. And we were trying to meet him, and he just does not like people. He's like, nope, fuck you guys. I'm gonna stay right here, do whatever you want. But then it turns out he's being threatened by some known serial killer out there who gave a death notice in advance. Yomi's there to investigate it too, and he's like, "Why are you here, detective? What kind of trash is here with Makoto?" And he's super mad, like so mad. But yeah, as we go through, the lights shut off, and oh my god, things are going to crazy town right now. Uh, we run into our detective agency friends and everything, and we're just like, what the hell? What's going on? Doctor talking on the screen is like, what happened, doctor? What's wrong? And they're like, it's all fine, but you don't need to come here. But the minute Fubuki comes on the screen, he's like, maybe you guys can come here. So like the doctor is like a big simp too. But yeah, after that, he gets murdered. We try to figure out what happens. We escape from Yomi, but then bigger shot. We walk by someone, and it looked like Yako got stabbed. Like, yeah, Yako got stabbed. We were like, oh my god, what's gonna happen now? So we used Vivia's forte, which is spiritual projection, not astral projection, which lets us become essentially a ghost and like investigate with our ghostly ethereal form. So yeah, we've gathered a lot of evidence. I have some theories cooking up right now in my head that I think might have happened, which oh my god, I hope isn't. But yeah, we got all those theories cooking up right now, and we just jumped into the mystery labyrinth with Vivia, who also is like, "You're dangerous, Yuma. I might have to kill you, but the chief said, let's get along for now, so I'm gonna get along for now. But if you're dangerous, I'll kill you." I don't know. But we're in shenanigans, and we're just gonna go ahead and jump right back into it. Okay? Hey, Sage, welcome. Yeah, Chief. Ugh. Like, Chief Yako's so cool. I like him a lot. I like his character a lot. Like, the down on his luck character who's like definitely doesn't seem reliable, but is reliable and when the stakes are high, and seen like a lot of shit. Those characters. Ah, yes, of course.
Again with the falling. Why can't it ever be a gentle landing? Oh, Vivia. Um, this is called the Mystery Labyrinth.
Maybe it's gonna be like, oh, I already knew that, Yuma.
So, This place is a physical manifestation of mysteries from the case.
Oh yeah, so he already knew that. Okay.
You can tell? Oh, well, anyway, this actually isn't my forte. It's...
Due to the power of death. Her, right?
Oh, he knows so much.
Huh?
So you really could see me this whole time.
He could?
It's due to my spiritual affinity. Ever since I was young, I've been able to see otherworldly things. My forte was gained through training that innate talent. Though, I wasn't able to see her clearly like this before. I could tell you were talking to some haze following you around, but that was it.
Ah.
Until one day, I used my spectral projection at the agency, and saw that death god clear as crystal. After that, I did some research. I discovered that the WDO Underground Book Vault held something called the Book of Death.
Uh-huh.
And also, that someone had taken it.
Did I take it? Before I lost my memories?
I don't know. Since you're a rookie, I doubt you'd have access to the book vault. Only a handful of people have WDO clearance for that.
Just a handful?
Anyway, you've been using this ability to solve the other cases up till now, haven't you?
And they've all died up to now, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, this is also related to the mysterious deaths of all those culprits?
Vivia's so smart. He's... oh my god.
My guess is, clearing a labyrinth, a materialization of a mystery, causes its true perpetrator to die. If that's the case, you've killed a lot of people with your own hands, Yuma.
Yeah, we did. There was a Zilch, the priest, and that worshiper from the Nailman case. We killed 3 high school girls. We took out Icardi, the swimmer guy, but like I don't really care about that. Him and Zilch and like the murder, but like we killed them. We killed 7 people right now, counting. Just from the game. Who knows if we killed anyone before our memories were lost. We've got a pretty high body count.
Well, I didn't really kill anyone. It's just what happens when...
Nope. I may be the one reaping their souls, but the blood is still on your hands.
Thank you, Shinigami. Thank you. You're right.
What? Hey!
No point in pretending to be a goody two-shoes. You're risking your life to solve these mysteries.
I see. So you're determined to do this, huh? Sorry, but I don't think I have that kind of conviction myself.
He's just gonna chill out here in the entrance.
So, I think I'll take a nap here while you go and risk your life.
You can sleep if you want, but you won't be able to get out.
Is that so?
Just gonna be like, I'll die. That's okay.
If you're not with Master when and if he solves the labyrinth, this place will collapse around you. Well, if you don't have any regrets in the real world, you're free to die here.
Regrets. I don't have any of those. But there are still some things I've left unfinished.
That's pretty much a regret, Vivia.
Especially after you exposed the mystery of this case.
Oh my god. What do you mean by that, Vivia?
What do you mean by that?
Oh my god, same brain cell.
I'll be perfectly clear. I'm just going to tag along. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
I don't care what you do, just don't get in our way. Well, Master, let's do the usual.
Vivia's just gonna be like, I do not care what you guys are doing, like, at all during this entire thing. Do all your weird stuff on your own.
Yeah, okay.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
I am.
we go again. Guilty crown.
Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
Oh my god, Vivia. Vivia just gets it all, like, right away.
Here you go, Master. Here's your solution key.
Is that key something like a clue for the case?
Vivia, do you want to be the protagonist here? It's like you want to be the protagonist, right?
Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever. I'm gonna ignore you. This mystery labyrinth! Let's hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth!
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
Yep.
Come on! You're bumming me out here.
I thought you were going to ignore him.
Vivia's too big brain to care, okay? He's just too big brain.
Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder? Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
So Vivia does have his memories.
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole spiritual thing.
Uh-huh.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
How rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
That reminds me, I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia.
We did, yes.
But Vivia is the only one who came into the mystery labyrinth.
I mean, Fubuki wasn't with us.
I guess coalescence got overwritten. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability. I don't know either.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
I
You
feel
would
like
have
it's
been
gonna be a
better off with
major
Fubuki.
detail.
She would have been far more useful for this case.
It doesn't matter anyway. No one can use their forte here.
I want to see what Vivia looks like
So
running,
now
but I can't
really
turn
don't
around.
have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Yeah, I'm excited for this mystery labyrinth. It's just like, there's so many weird stuff about this case. It's like, yeah. Oh, we're getting a question right
Ooh,
off the bat.
That mystery!
Huh?
There's no question though.
I wish they wouldn't spring out of nowhere like that.
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits. But it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
Interesting. The question doesn't even put up.
Why didn't a problem appear?
Not only was there no problem, no choice appeared either. Master, maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing!
Let's start with how did the culprit get into the doctor's lab then? I think that's where we're gonna start.
Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is the fact that Dr. Weska was murdered in a completely locked room
Yeah,
with
exactly.
no way in or out. The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death. We were the first to discover the body. At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits. But we obviously aren't. So how did the culprit get in and out of the doctor's lab? That's what I don't know.
But the culprit is definitely the hitman, right?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure. Besides, even if the hitman did it, there's the question of who hired him. But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako. That's the only thing I'm absolutely certain about.
Oh, wow.
Peacekeepers?
Kanai Ward's garbage. What are you doing here?
You seem normal right now. And the way you're talking, it makes me think you're not a phantom, mystery phantom, but like, maybe.
Yomi Hell Smile.
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Yeah, but he's just part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
Is he?
I figured. In other words, he's a monster created from the Labyrinth, right?
Kind of looks normal right now.
Right.
You pieces of shit.
Oh. Oh, that is a design.
You're disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward.
This guy really liked Digimon a lot. This literally looks like a Digimon design. I'm not even gonna lie.
This guy doesn't seem like an easy opponent.
It's a chainsaw sword, but it's wiggly, like his whip, I guess.
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako, for everyone.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you? Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death!
He's got a chain whip sword. That's literally from Final Fantasy Type 0 with I think 7. That was her weapon or something. One of those numbers. Chain whip sword.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
Okay, the security log shows was this. It was only disabled when we came after it. So I'm pretty sure it's security log.
Which makes you the culprit.
Right.
Yeah, it would have been pretty tough to get through security system to enter the critical lab. But the doctor died before we got inside, which means there had to be an intruder. Anyway, let's take another look at the solution key, see any evidence stands out.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska.
Fall asleep.
You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
Oh no, that's not right.
Say,
Didn't you and the others disarm the security system? I don't think that's wrong. Well, we did it after.
then...
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder. Which makes you the culprit.
Right.
Just thinking about the right spot to put it at, though.
But
There had to be an intruder, but
You're
what's
the
the...
ones-
So there had to be an intruder, but what... What thing proves that? Is it the shoe print on Amapal's head? I think it is, because that proves that someone was in there with Amapal physically first.
To kill Dr.
Let's
West.
try that one.
You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active.
That's true.
It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
There we go. Let's go.
when the body was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab, but something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence? Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth? Don't make me laugh.
Ouch.
Shit. There was an intruder? That's impossible. And in fact, you proved that yourself.
I think it's that you proved that yourself.
Get him!
Don't make me laugh. Shit. There was an intruder? That's impossible. And in fact, you proved that yourself.
That claim doesn't hold up. What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder.
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh. If there was another intruder, then where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right? There-
I think it's the airlock decontamination device. It's enough to fit one person in.
There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
Now slash through this mystery.
No, that's wrong.
There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device. The vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You've got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth you found.
I definitely feel like the mysteries have like jumped up in like difficulty in the labyrinth compared to the other ones because it's got I'm using a bit more logic to try to figure out these things.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
But yeah, his like Yomi's design is very different compared to like
Why does it have to be so sudden?
compared to everyone else. Everyone else had like a Kiss rock punk like colorful style. His thing is like completely like, yeah, let's go. Just fully like full Digimon like Angelwoman Angemon cross fusion thing. Yeah, neon rock Kiss style, yeah. Which I think is really cool because it shows that Yomi is like completely different in the head and stuff.
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth!
Huh? Better not say you don't know which to pick.
Say,
The mystery's just getting started. No slips up here, Master. Yes, there was an intruder.
Right here!
We're just now getting to the point. What a pain.
hey, don't sigh, this is a good thing!
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
There was an intruder for sure!
Ooh.
We know someone bumped into Amapao.
The culprit probably hit Amapel on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, you would have caught the culprit then and there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master!
It's not an excuse. But it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush to search for them. And if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
Oh no.
Master, wallowing in regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to keep going.
Damn, Shinigami is serious
Right.
in this dungeon. I mean, this labyrinth. She's serious this time. That's when you know it's a big case this time.
Really? Another fork in the path.
3-prong fork. How did the culprit enter the lab?
Seems like we're finally at the central question. This is the first step to solving how the culprit committed an impossible murder.
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
You can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
He's just special.
Hmm.
I'll leave it to you to solve this one, Yuma.
Come on!
Show that good-for-nothing anemic vampire what's up with your killer deductions, Master. So yeah, deactivated security by cutting power. That's incorrect because it had its own power. Never entered in the first place. We just proved that they did, or else they wouldn't have been able to knock Amapao Invited in by the doctor. I don't think that's true, but I think that's the only logical thing we can pick out of these three choices at the moment. I love that, Tetra. Serious got me. I don't think this is right, but it's the only choice that makes sense out of these right now.
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Ah, so you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
Huh? A trap?
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? You should have said so earlier. People only grow by learning from past mistakes. Which is why I purposely...
Master, we have to get out of here!
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
All right, I'll try.
Security log, yeah. Am I gonna have to
The log on
prove
the
that all
doctor's
of those
computer
things are
didn't show
wrong?
Any signs of security getting shut down? If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
I think I'm gonna have to prove how all three of these
Well,
routes are wrong.
I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next time.
Ah, he's standing up this time.
Yuma.
I'll leave it to you to solve this one.
Yeah, that's...
I don't think this is right either, because we proved it with Amapal.
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide? If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
Huh? This route is wrong too? Again?
No need to worry, Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Uh-huh, sure.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Don't let him influence you!
Three stab rooms in the back, so he couldn't do that 3 times.
That's right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back. One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
You're tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Uh-huh, you would like that, wouldn't you?
Resting here wouldn't help me at all.
Yeah, no, I have to prove how all three of those routes are incorrect.
Right here!
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab. That answer is pretty simple. Almost too simple.
Huh? What? This was the last route!
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps you're the real culprit, Yuma.
Like in those old-time detective novels.
Of course not!
We've already done that
We need to
before.
get out of here!
I won't say where we've done it before, but we've already done that before. Why is the deactivate impossible? Critical lab is separated.
The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building. What's going on? Were all three routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
Come on, Serious Gami, you gotta seriously think about it. Yeah, I was right. Like, none of these could prove how the culprit entered the lab. Ooh, a fourth door.
Hey, there's another door!
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared!
Interesting. The mystery labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
Yeah, literally
By
forced.
eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route!
Entered and killed via...
They use spectral projection to enter and kill him?
Then, the culprit is...
Oh!
I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before.
No, that's wrong.
How dare you trick me!
Literally can't be, because we already know how
There's
spectral
no
projection
escape.
works.
Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged. Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and both kill this dude.
Hold on!
Ah, he Naruto runs, okay.
Huh? Another trap?
Shinigami is shooked. She is very shooked right now.
That's why I said to wait. There's no way Vivia's the culprit.
Prove it and beat this thing!
Oh my god,
Don't be convinced until you do!
she's so shook. Ghost form traits. You can't touch anything.
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife. So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now, do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
It's so sus. He's just sussing himself.
I do try to stay out of sight.
Anyway, let's go back.
Another route opens up.
If he's
Shook
not the
got me.
culprit, then we're back to square one.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed.
Walking simulator. There's no new doors.
It's changed.
There aren't any new doors. What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Come on.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master
Boom
Solution
kill.
Blade.
Oh, hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain immensely.
Yeah.
But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing.
Oh.
Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it? No
Ooh.
matter how cruel that truth may be.
Ooh. Can I hide this? Other buttons, hide display UI. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That's such a cool screen shot. Look at. Let me hide my stuff and everything. Ooh.
Can I handle it?
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. And that's why you're still so hesitant.
Vivia is just calling out all our flaws.
This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet.
Mada mada dane.
Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice.
Okay, what are you talking about in this case?
When that happens, you'll have to prove your conviction and expose the truth. Like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something. This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the revealed path. Isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Carve my own path?
Like we did in Chapter 0.
That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system. But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to, then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master.
Ah, yes, of course. Let's go, fan service.
Let's work together as a team. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Pal?
That's right. That's right. Ta-da! Great.
Ooh.
A new route appeared.
This is all thanks to me.
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life.
He's just been completely indifferent the entire time.
I wanna die someday.
This guy's hopeless.
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
You really plan on going forward? Fine. Wow, Shinigami, like, went way ahead of us. Hopefully it's the correct route. Let's move it, Master. Vivia, aren't you coming?
When you think about who could get past security, the only option we know of is Amapal.
True, and that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
I don't know about that.
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way.
Ah.
Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the... Wait. Who are you? Help Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. Must be related to what the doctor just said.
Who are you was directed at who?
So the question is, who did the doctor say, who are you, to?
The culprit, right?
Well, I'll leave it to you.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this.
Let's solve this thing!
There's a door here too. Burst through with your powers of deduction, Master.
Oh?
I'll leave it to the rest of you, Yuma.
I can certainly understand why you'd want to choose. I can sit if, which means you can't say.
Yeah.
Amapal?
At this point in time, however weird and normally.
Yeah, no one. That is weird. Why would he say it to no one?
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one? Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right? And that was before I borrowed Amapel. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
Why would he say that if no one was there?
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.
Is that really the right path? I got a bad feeling about this. Like, I don't think Amapal has something to do with, like, the doctor's death. I do think someone was in the lab. You really plan on going forward? Fine.
So, Master, do you have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
An act? Really?
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
Reasoning deathmatch? Yeah, reasoning deathmatch.
He's here too?
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way? Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Well, he said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
We can't do that! If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
Fine.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
Oh, is this a new song? Probably doctor's email records.
This was all part of the doctor's plan? He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act. There was no reason to put on a show.
Ouch! I meant
The
to dodge
doctor
it.
misunderstood.
Ow! I jumped too early.
You probably don't know this. Wesker put his soul into his work. The research was going well. The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu. This is the truth.
He was not.
No, the doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward. He said so in the messages he wrote.
You little...
Those were interesting word things he did though. Like diagonal, up and down like that. That was interesting.
Yomi's rebuttal? What was that? What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
It seems that this case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu. And whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
Oh!
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
This is a super interesting mystery, I'm not even gonna lie. How did he plan to escape
Which
Kanai Ward?
means this is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
Oh,
When in doubt, start by thinking about the door first, then you can find the right solution key. I'll leave this part to you, Yuma. Something for his motives. Dr. Wesker was a kind of person who would take advantage and sacrifice others for his sake. Since the cancellation of the big project 3 years ago by the higher-ups, he became a complete sudden. Hearing issues so severe by reading lips. Okay, so there is, like, he was planning to leave Amaterasu Corps. Oh, updates. I just wanted to get these out of the way too. Nothing supports a terrorist bombing. There's a suspicious person during the blackout. Swapping place? I think it's the blackout. Oh, I have a set amount of things, okay. It's only these 5, okay. I'm suspicious of the doctor's note. By swapping places? He would spill sulfuric.
The door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle
Okay,
it.
so he would throw sulfuric acid onto some unsuspecting victim, and he would swap places with that person, making it seem like he was dead already. That's what I'm thinking. This is the line of reasoning.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
I think that's the line of reasoning of this.
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and grotesque! So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived. The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
Did he try to kill Fubuki?
And that was the act he put on by asking, "Who are you?"
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
I see. So if he said that and he didn't turn off the security thing, and we just ran into it, then he would have the body right there, because we would have ran into the poison gas.
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system.
But since Makoto already told us about it, we were smarter than that.
And thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out.
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors. People from outside to pull it off.
But then how did he
So if
die?
he didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab,
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now. Aw, so close.
you want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Yeah, that still doesn't explain how the hitmen themselves could have gotten into it.
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Fubuki was on standby though. They couldn't have gone past her though. Oh!
Where are we?
Wow, okay.
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
We're back to the cardboardness, flat things of Danganronpa, guys. We thought we escaped the 2D sprites, but we're here.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
The culprit entered the lab before Amapal.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death! We are at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now, Master, which one will you choose?
The culprit had to be before Amapal because when we got to the doctor was dead.
When I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him, which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
Your answer?
Oh my god, the suspense.
Is correct! Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
I love this. This is so good. There's so much style and budget in this game. It is,
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
but yeah, it feels like an evolution
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
we still don't know how yet.
From like
It had to be
Danganronpa and
between when
everything.
we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki was there, right?
Fubuki waited at the front
Yeah,
chamber
exactly.
while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
Exactly. Hmm.
we're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
The thing I was thinking before was like, maybe they splashed sulfuric acid on them just a little bit to neutralize the gas. That was the only thing I thought of, but like that doesn't seem like it's it.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Where was the culprit before the crime?
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
The only place I can think of is the hidden like decontamination device stuff.
Here. The culprit must have been here.
Yay! It opened!
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside.
Alright, yeah, no problem, Tetra.
But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
By the way,
Right, you went inside the decontamination device to check it out. Nice memory.
Yeah,
Ugh, another mystery solved. Just how far do you plan to go, Yuma?
but I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
Ah!
you there, Yuma. You guided Amapal to the doctor's lab. So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible? Only Amapal could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Oh.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapal unit.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it real quick because I want to think about it and say what I'm saying. So there was a footprint on top of the Amapal. Which would be weird if they kicked it, right? Did the culprit jump on top of Amapal while we were going through the decontamination room? But then they wouldn't be protected against the poison gas unless they had some kind of suit on. Like a super special like space suit. That's the only way, like completely airtight. But we didn't find any evidence of that. Let's just continue. I'm just thinking out loud, guys. Obviously, I don't want the answer right away. This is just what I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. will you hear me out?
Okay.
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied. Another fork in the road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
I'm gonna run out of blood at this point. How did the culprit use Amapau?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
I think it's neither. I didn't think they used them as a weapon or a shield.
Then,
If you don't know, we could always give up. Well, too bad. I have a feeling we're getting closer to the heart of the mystery. I just have no idea what it is.
Do you think neither is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor. Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon, and the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock will destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapau?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
That was the wrong answer! Come on, Master! Huh?
we've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
This is a super complicated mystery labyrinth.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Where was the culprit before the crime?
Huh? Even the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
But yeah, it's like, this is definitely a Kodaka second to last chapter thing, you know? He always puts like a super juicy, like very complicated mystery in the second to last chapter, like Danganronpa and stuff like that.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again. We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapau. And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Mood.
Hey, don't sit down!
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing then. We're back at... Where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at... How did the culprit use Amapau? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapau was used?
Help him out more! More!
That's funny. Hehe, I like that. Haha, look at her shaking his head and everything.
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right? At that moment, only the culprit and Amapau were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
I'm thinking the culprit jumped onto Amapau.
The culprit did something to Amapau?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them. Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
Something strange. Hey! Now that you mention it, back then...
Oh hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapal sees. It's like the cockpit of a mecha.
Whoa, what was that?
Did it break already? I thought it was state of the art.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized. There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapal. It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Anything else? It's not like Amapal's camera showed the culprit.
Wait, that's it!
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange? The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapal, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera? If the culprit went past Amapal to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
Now that you mention it...
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapal's camera?
Hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single answer?
Sheesh. I talk too much.
How did the culprit use Amapal? Why didn't he appear on the camera? And what caused Amapal's malfunction in the airlock?
What did you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
Right when you say it, Yuma. Why?
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
They're working very hard, okay, Shinigami?
Culprit's location. Amapal's usage. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just one answer?
On top of Amapal's head. How did the culprit use Amapal as transportation? Culprit jumped on it. Why didn't culprit appear on camera? They were on the top of its head.
I got it!
I knew it!
The culprit rode on Amapal's head, using it as a method of transportation.
The door opened!
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
Absolutely! I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapal. What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapal and used it to get through. After we left Amapal in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device.
Then jumped onto it.
Then they jumped on Amapal's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable.
How did they neutralize the gas, though?
Amapal can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
The shoe print on Amapal's head wasn't caused by someone kicking It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
And that's
After
what
that,
knocked it out.
The culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab. By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as they made their way through the lab.
You're right. If it's true, it does solve all of the previous mysteries. Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
Moai Arabaki.
But Yuma, have you not realized it?
I've realized it.
You're still missing something. One major mystery remains.
What's with that huge sigh?
The greatest mystery of this case should appear soon. Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
This case's greatest mystery?
What is it?
This is the panel chamber.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond it. If we can get through here, we'll reach the goal, yeah?
When did the culprit get off Amapau?
Is this the greatest mystery you mentioned?
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved, so let's clear it out.
Beats me.
When would it have been possible for them to get into the room ahead of us? When going through the door, is that when we got knocked over? I guess while the door, but like that doesn't explain why it got knocked over though. While opening the door. But that doesn't explain why Amapau was knocked over.
Murdered the doctor before Amapau entered the room, which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapau at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
I don't know if they jumped up like that. They might have just like walked backwards or something.
Like this?
But that wouldn't have knocked Amapau over. Because he was still standing when we pushed that button. He only got knocked over when we went into the door. And there is no marks indicating that he got knocked over by anything else but just jumping off it.
We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes. If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
Ooh, more new music. It has to do with Amapau's design, probably.
Culprit hopped off Amapau as the door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist! Think about it. If Amapau's line of sight changed just a bit, the camera would have caught it. No one would do something so risky. The crime would have been exposed. The culprit must be really lucky.
Oh no.
That's right.
The culprit hopped off Amapal as the door opened,
Ouch.
then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
I'll slash through this mystery. Amapal is designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
you little maggots, don't get so full of yourselves. You're not getting out of here alive.
Did we beat him completely?
I get it. So Amapal couldn't move while the door was opening. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapal's design, and even the direction the door opens. Whoever planned this must have really wanted the doctor dead. I guess you can call it an obsession. How scary. Just like this passageway. Where will it take us? Perhaps a suite with the culprit's obsession on full display? A room of nightmares?
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You're really going?
Huh?
Hey, Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh? Yeah?
at the time, the doctor was in the room, right?
Yeah.
If the door opened and an intruder entered, how could the doctor not have noticed?
So what if he did notice? It's not a big deal.
Why didn't we hear
Yes,
anything?
It is.
Why didn't we hear anything on the...
If he had noticed an intruder, the doctor would have turned to face him. Which means he wouldn't have been stabbed in the back.
Ah, but no, he can't hear anything.
That
That's right.
piece of trash is right. Your logic is flawed.
He's deaf though.
Are you on the Phantom side now?
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit! Everything you do is a fucking mistake!
Vivia be trying to sabotage us, yeah. But I think the thing is, like, he couldn't have heard the door opening or the culprit coming. His back must have been turned against the door for some reason. Because the doctor is deaf.
Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That's all impossible!
Master!
Yeah.
Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent.
Ah!
It's full of inconsistencies.
I meant to hit it.
By your logic, Even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That's all impossible! Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That claim doesn't hold up.
No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way!
Information on Dr. Huesca.
The culprit
Yeah, that he was considered dead.
quickly entered the lab.
Ow.
But the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way you missed an intruder. Running is noisy. So Huesca would have heard and turned to face the culprit.
No, he wouldn't.
And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back. Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged? Even if he didn't look back from his desk, he would have heard someone coming!
No, he wouldn't have.
This is the truth. Wait, the doctor had trouble hearing. That's why he didn't notice the intruder.
Now you're spouting nonsense. Say whatever you want, it won't save you. There's a gaping hole in your logic. And there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate, because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
Okay.
What? I refuse to see the truth? Vivius said the same thing. But...
It's strange, don't you think? Isn't it about time you noticed that something's off here?
Huh?
You've solved many mysteries up to now, yet none of them are directly connected to the culprit's identity.
That's because the culprit is the hitman.
It's not the hitman, is it?
If that's the case, why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul? And that would end the labyrinth.
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back, unless we solve all the mysteries first. Hang on. What are you getting at?
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
Huh?
Subconsciously, you're closing your eyes to the truth.
Oh.
That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reasoning.
What hole?
Whatever, that's enough. And just ignore this guy and keep going.
Oh, hey!
I'm gonna be afraid of what's about to happen, okay?
Yuma. Yuma.
Jeez, go away!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The huge hole in this investigation?
What are you...
Just ignore him.
Let's review your deduction, shall we?
Okay.
The culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind. However, they bumped into Amapau while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
How did they survive the poison gas?
Which is?
How did the culprit get past security?
Yeah.
What?
We already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapal as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
Oh.
This is the end for you! You have nowhere left to go!
Oh, come on! Why now?
Oh no. They had the utmost confidence Yuma would be able to get them through because the person has knowledge. The person has knowledge about Fubuki's forte. And the only people who know about our fortes are... Oh no! Oh!
I won't let you maggots ruin the peace of Kanai Ward! As the king of Amaterasu Corporation and the guardian of Kanai Ward, I will stop you here and now!
Perhaps this too is an obsession. Why does he insist on covering up the truth? Tell me, what will you do, Yuma? Are you going to stay willfully blind?
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not, I won't look away from the truth. I'll find the truth no matter what. This is for the Chief and everyone at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Good luck! You'll never find it. You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever, like blind mice. You'll rot away in it, looking for an answer that will never come!
Fubuki's forte.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live. There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it. Don't tell me the culprit is a robot.
No living human.
But... that's right.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live. There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
I'll slash through this mystery.
Somebody that has knowledge of Fubuki's forte. Oh! Oh no.
A human could get past the panel chamber by using Fubuki's forte. In fact, that's how we got past the panels. The high voltage shocks kept destroying Amapel. But we reversed time every time that happened.
Correct. So whenever it was struck by the current, it went back in time. But while that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top of Amapel. That person was burnt to a crisp every time you failed.
But
Which means you killed the culprit over and over again.
We only did it twice.
Vivia,
If only you had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence. But if you intend to seek the truth, then I must stand in your way.
Oh shit.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
Betray me?
It's up to you, Yuma. This is your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do? It's time to decide your past and your future.
Why, Vivia?
Oh shit.
Let me ask you. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas. The
Yes.
culprit should. Will he die? You should already know this, right? The gas is a special trait. The gas can see through even a gas mask. No ability can nullify it. It's toxicity. Once it hits you, you're done for.
But you still have 30 minutes.
You die before reaching Weska.
This is the truth.
So the culprit is on their deathbed right now. Oh no. Oh no.
if you pass through the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30 minutes before it kills you, which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
What? Don't tell me.
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic gas, and no fortes that can nullify it. There's only one way you could get through it. You do nothing. You endure it in hopes of Amapel taking you to the next room.
Then the culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic gas?
It's the only explanation that makes sense. This is the truth. I can't believe it. But if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas,
Then they...
the culprit is...
No!
The you finally glimpse the truth.
Oh.
Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes? Isn't this what you wanted?
What's he talking about?
Yomi's Mystery Phantom and Fifia are both right. Subconsciously, I didn't want to know the truth.
Huh?
Up until now, the Mystery Labyrinth was withholding the mysteries that led to the culprit. And that's because it's a reflection of my own reluctance.
Master, what's wrong? Do you know who the culprit is?
I don't want to say it either.
It's the Hitman, right?
The truth is worthless. Nothing has less value in this isolated, rainy city. No one wants the truth. Not even you! Now, rot away and die right here! No one will get in my way. Kind Lord Amaterasu! They both belong to me!
Ah.
If the culprit carried out the crime like you deduced,
Ah.
then they should be dead from the toxic gas.
Ah.
But no one at the scene has died from poisoning. If you can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
Oh my god.
You're right that no one in that lab died from that, but that was part of the culprit's plan from the beginning. They planned to distort the facts of their death.
Ugh.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth? Your world will fall apart. The world that you believed in.
Oh
Your
no.
deduction is wrong. Don't disturb the peace. It's not even worth debating. Is this the best you can do to refute it? Just give up and die!
I definitely. The culprit.
With this, I'll expose the truth.
The culprit misrepresented their death by using the Hitman. The culprit realized their plan would be exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas, so they used the Hitman to cover up their own death.
Use the Hitman?
Meaning, the Hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor.
They weren't even there.
They were hired to cover up the culprit's death by toxic gas.
Huh? The Hitman's target was the culprit? Not the doctor? But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that belong to the Hitman?
All you would need is a similar knife. The story of Fink the Slaughter Artist using a knife inscribed with the letter F is well known.
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back? It's the one that Fink the Slaughter Artist uses, right? I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F.
So, it was all a ruse? The real culprit made it look like the Hitman did it?
Stop. Stop! You useless garbage! To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way in my city! There is no real culprit! Dr. Weska was killed by the Hitman!
Huh? What's going on? Who's the real culprit?
Shinigami doesn't know.
The real culprit. The real culprit is...
The time has finally come. Yuma, it's time for you to acknowledge But you've known all along. If the tiny crack spreads any further, the mirror will shatter, exposing the chaos of the real world. Knowing this, will you still expose the truth then? Show me your conviction.
The clues pointing to the identity of the hitman's target. I know. I've known all along.
Now, expose the truth. Do it. If you want to burn the world down.
Defeat Yomi with a key. The photo. Because
The bloodstained photo found in the hallway near the lab.
it was
There
Yako's
was a person.
photo.
That was the hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case. The blood obscured the person's face, but I know who it is. It could only be one person. It could only be...
How do you know? That person in the photo is the hitman's target. And who is it?
It's...
No. Stop! Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
I don't understand, but good luck, Master. I'm always by your side, haunting you.
That's the problem. No. Yeah. Who is the true culprit? Oh. We gotta kill our chief.
Yako.
Ah! That's why Vivia didn't want us to do it. To reveal the truth. He didn't want it.
Huh? Why? Why is Fuzzhead here?
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the hitman in the lab. In other words, the chief was the hitman's target. But Chief Yako tried to hide that photo by tossing it behind the houseplant. He hid it knowing it'd be an important clue. And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself. It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target. And the chief tried to conceal it, which means the blood covering the face on the photo was likely done on purpose.
Hold on, Master! Are you serious? You're really saying Fuzzhead is the culprit? Really? I don't buy it. You think he actually put together this elaborate murder? He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either, but there's no other way.
Don't forget this stuff.
Battle with Vivia. It's gonna throw questions at you back to back. Press the correct button and you think you got the correct answer. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults. And that's why Vivia didn't want us to reveal the truth.
The phantom vanished. The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway.
My heart!
Because it's something I must do.
Ah!
While the chief takes his final breaths.
Vivia.
Yuma. If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat? Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer? Answer me, Yuma.
Oh, it's so epic at the same time, so sad.
That's not the reason.
Why did he send a death threat?
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger, which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note. Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities and murder the doctor.
Huh? Their abilities?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
Is it the first one each time?
Chief couldn't have been thinking about that.
It was in order to use disguise.
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of it?
The note was sent to the peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan. When the peacekeepers received the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as peacekeepers.
It would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the peacekeepers also received the death threat.
Hey, you still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger. I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time. But this is something I must do.
Uh-huh.
I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Oh, so much pain.
Let's continue, Yuma. So, everyone disguised themselves as peacekeepers and entered the lab. You were already at the lab, and that's where you met up with the chief.
Yes, but we decided to split up after the blackout occurred.
Wait! That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the peacekeepers will see us. I knew it. This place is crawling with them.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In the meantime, you two hurry to that doctor.
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout part of the plan? So the one who caused it, was that also the chief?
No, because it happened already. Ubuki or Vivia? Oh, it's Spink.
That's not it!
This is tough. This is a tough labyrinth to do. Also, the fact that I don't know all the answers beforehand, too.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him. So the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
But why?
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him. We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system. Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start. He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us.
To use our abilities.
He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all. He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their Fortes to commit murder. What a scumbag! He
No.
used you all to get away with murder!
No Shinigami!
Out of all the criminals I've ever met, he's the worst coward of them all! Master, grab that coward and...
Enough!
Oh!
Why did it have to come to this? Chief Yako saved me. He took me in. I had lost everything, even my memories. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times, but still.
I'm actually tearing up, oh no!
I really admired him. So, why? Why did you do it? Is this about the woman in the picture? Chief, please tell me! Or
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead.
I'm actually crying, oh my god. Ah.
Master, watch out!
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thoughts. The photo behind the houseplant. I don't know what the chief was hiding, but that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the face. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found. So, he hid it behind the potted plant. He left his blood on it. Almost like he wrote a dying message, but in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but to exit the mystery labyrinth, you will have to eliminate the culprit.
Eliminate the chief?
Are you really going to do this? After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief is already knocking on death's door. Will you still bury him in the name of truth?
Not the flashback.
The chief took me in when I had no memories or anyone to turn to. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now I have to end his life?
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Yeah, we were all friends and everything. We were all chilling out and
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I had a hunch. Because of my spectral projection, I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time. But I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
Everyone admires Chief Yako. And we never even got him a meat bun.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma. But I tried my best to keep you away. Exposing the truth won't save anyone. Neither the chief nor you.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to finish this. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die here? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction. The conviction to accept the truth, no matter how cruel it may be. Now is that time, isn't it?
Yes, and yet you intend to continue, if you're prepared for it.
Hey! You better not get in Master's way again!
Yuma, do you remember when the chief's soul called out to us?
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth. For my own sake. My own peace and quiet. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma.
Oh no.
And trust what?
You signed a pact with the Death God in your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction. As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be. I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here. In that sense, we're accomplices. If you must bring down the chief, then I will lend a hand.
Oh my god, Vivia.
I won't avert my eyes any longer. I, too, want to live with my head held high.
They're both just trying to make their way through life. And the chief was their guiding post, and now they're gonna have to kill him together. I can't.
Because I, too, am a detective.
Vivia.
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I understand, Chief Yako.
Thank you. For everything you've done for me!
Ugh, my heart. I can't take it. But yeah, when Yuma told Shinigami, shut up, this isn't the time, it's like, no. Night. Intercom. Uh-huh. Where did he hide? Mink and Fubuki's powers. Yako. Who is the culprit? Ah. Chapter 4 is for death. Death by sad times, yeah.
Peacekeepers, a CEO, a research doctor, a hitman, and master detectives! 2 dead bodies, but lots of shady characters! Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
The victim in this case is one Dr. Weska. This incident features a sinister and meticulously detailed plot centered on the doctor.
The old geezer was holed up inside a lab at Amaterasu HQ. He was a total hermit in the critical lab, with a totally overkill security system.
The culprit made thorough preparations beforehand to break through that system.
Boom killing a shut-in is hard work. The humane thing to do is to reintroduce him to society first.
Yeah, with that out of the way. Posing as a hitman, the culprit sent a death threat to the Peacekeepers, the detective agency, and the research lab. At the same time, they contracted a real hitman and had him infiltrate the research facility.
Uh-huh.
They spilled the beans about Gramps being in danger to lure both the Peacekeepers and the detectives to the lab.
You see, the Master Detective's presence at the scene was an indispensable part of the plan. It was how the culprit gained access to the research facility, after all. The hitman infiltrated the lab exactly as planned.
Just some random ass
We arrived
hitman.
at Mikoto at the same time.
Stuff went down, blah blah blah, and Master got locked up by that Yomi guy.
I was rescued by Desuhiko and the culprit, who were disguised as peacekeepers. With the real peacekeepers rushing around, the culprit took advantage of the turmoil to sneak into the lab. But after catching up with them, the power suddenly went out, separating the culprit from the rest of the group.
The blackout itself was caused by the hitman, right? And getting separated was all part of the culprit's plan.
Right. They used the blackout as an opportunity to hide in the vents in the airlock chamber. Afterwards, we headed to the critical lab to check on the doctor's condition, just like the culprit directed us. But since that lab used a separate power supply, nothing strange had happened.
This whole the doctor's in danger spiel was an act, huh? He made a fool of you, Master. What a dick!
But then, someone attacked the doctor while we were trying to talk with him over the intercom. We had to get into the doctor's lab.
At that time, the old geezer was playing games with us. And he even tried to kill you and the others with a trap! That bastard wanted to use your dead bodies! He really got you there, Master!
I don't see why you're so happy about it.
I'm not
The
happy about
Dr. Sham made
anything.
the case even more confusing. Even if we tried to get to the doctor, the critical lab was guarded by tight security. The only way through was by using an Amapal.
Hey Gregory, welcome to
The
Sadness.
culprit rode on it by emerging from their hiding place in the airlock vent and jumping onto the robot's head.
All aboard the Amapal Express! First stop, a shower of toxic gas! Humans can't protect themselves against the gas, but since it's not instantly fatal, it wasn't a problem. Next up, the panel chamber and high voltage shocks! One wrong move, and it was insta-death! But thanks to that shocking escape, we got all the continues we could want. So, we managed a perfect clear! The critical lab was finally breached!
The culprit had anticipated we would get through this way. They also knew they would die over and over as a result.
Damn.
The camera feed was affected when the culprit jumped on. I should have realized what was happening.
We only killed him
Crying
twice.
over spilt blood. On to the next thing!
We only did it twice. We only failed twice. Come on.
Where were we? Oh yeah! To open the door to the doctor's lab, Amapal had to reach out its arm and hit a switch. And when the door opened wide enough for a person to squeeze through, the killer snuck inside.
Amapal can't follow any new commands while its arm is extended, so the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
Then, the culprit boom killed the old geezer using the same knife as the hitman. Grips was pretty much deaf, so a backstab was easy peasy.
One thing though, I'm like,
Then, the murderer tried to leave the room before Amapal entered.
one thing is though, like, if he was expecting to get a dead body to use for his plan, why wasn't he facing the door, right?
They knocked the robot over on the way out.
That doesn't seem like a mistake.
Then
He
went
just
back
did
into
it.
the airlock chamber vent to wait for you and the others to go by.
We entered the critical lab and found the doctor's body. The culprit used that time to get out of the vent and head for the hallway.
That was when they were found by the hitman. And stabbed.
They'd already been in contact with the toxic gas, so death was inevitable. However, dying by gas would expose them as the doctor's killer. So So they hired the hitman to kill them, thereby concealing any involvement.
I guess that means the killer completely trusted in the Master Detective's capabilities. They knew those powers would get them close to the Doctor. But why were they willing to die to hide the crime?
I can't say for certain. Was it his pride as a detective? Did he simply not want his friends to know? Whatever it may be, I'm prepared to face the truth. The culprit who murdered Dr. Weska, and even included his own death in the plot.
Yako Furio! It was you!
Ugh. Chief. Yeah, sorry about that, Greg. The timeouts. I don't know. I might just turn it off now because I have subscribers only. So I might just turn off the bot because this keeps happening.
I'll expose the truth!
Look at him smiling at us. Ah.
But why? Chief Yako, why? Why didn't you ever talk to us about this? Why did it have to end this way? Why didn't you tell us? Is this really what you wanted? Can you even hear me?
It doesn't matter who it is. Exterminating the real culprit's soul and destroying the mystery labyrinth. That's why I'm here.
It matters to me. No, Shinigami!
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant sway of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! Through to the final mystery labyrinth!
Oh! Oh! Oh, oh no! No! Oh no! Oh! He went peacefully. He didn't expect to go peacefully. Ah! I'm gonna cry again. Ah! He was waiting to be judged, but he went peacefully.
Master's naivete must be rubbing off on me. I mean, not even I hated Buzzhead. That's weird. This mystery labyrinth is falling apart slower than usual. I wonder why.
Because there's still a mystery, I think. How did Yako get to the security room to get that, to get the map, right? Like, I'm sad, but I'm still thinking about it. It's like, because only Yomi has the key to it. So Yomi must be in on this somehow.
We shouldn't let our guards down yet. Do you really think we're done here?
Huh?
Do you have all of the fragments of truth that you sought? If so, we could just leave, right?
Some mysteries remain.
No, we haven't uncovered everything yet. No, there are still some mysteries remaining.
Huh? What's remaining? I read the culprit's soul already. I know it's slow, but this place is starting to come down.
Maybe it's not directly related to this case. I don't want to leave any questions unanswered. For Chief Yako's sake, please, help me, Shinigami.
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you, Master. No, I can't resist helping you when you rely on me. First, we need to reveal whatever mysteries are left. That should open up a new path. Lay it all out, Master! Try to solve it lickety-split!
Is Dr. Weska's death? I don't think it's death. His pause button, please.
Tick-tock.
Email?
Great! Nice! Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Great!
Oh, that's a shot. Thank you, fan service. You've made my life a little brighter today. Fan service curing my heart just a little.
Oh, it's a secret dungeon! The labyrinth must be breaking down so slowly because the identity of the culprit isn't the only mystery. But it's still definitely coming down, so you better hurry, Master!
Yeah, got it.
You're so used to hearing the screenshot sound for that. You're right, I missed it.
Yuma, I'll follow you to the end until you reach the
Thank you.
Alright, we're just gonna go for it. Let's go. Let's finish this off for Yako's sake. I don't care if the stream's a little longer too. Hidden dungeon.
Do you regret this, Yuma?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
I've been thinking. Remember what the Chief's soul said? If you keep that in mind while knowing who the true culprit is, doesn't it seem like he wanted you to find the truth? Even though he was the culprit himself.
Why is that?
Maybe there's a hidden truth behind this case, and the Chief wanted us to find it.
There could be some anonymous person involved.
If Anonymous is part of this case, they must have a motive for killing Dr. Weska as well. The doctor knew about the secret dealings and was planning to flee from Kanai Ward by himself, after all. Could it be that Anonymous took advantage of Chief Yako by instigating him to commit murder?
Yes. It's unlikely the Chief just happened to kill Dr. Weska right as he was planning to flee.
If that's true, Anonymous isn't just involved in the case.
He's the
It
mastermind.
could be the mastermind, the Grey Eminence.
Gray's my 13th favorite color!
Why Are you telling me that now?
Yomi sent the...
The case is already solved.
I think Yomi sent the chief info on how to get into the doc's lab to make a plan to kill the doc.
All these crimes were committed by Yako on his own. Now, get out of here.
No.
What was that voice?
Someone's trying to stop us from solving this mystery. Now we know. The mastermind is somewhere within this labyrinth.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Those mannerisms.
Get out. 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 Get out.
That is a look. Like, look at that. Like, I'm gonna hide myself again. It's like, ugh. Welcome back to Blacken from Danganronpa, right?
What's with this guy? Creepy!
We can't let this stop us. There's one more truth still hidden here. We have to find it. We need to know why the chief committed this crime.
Right. We'll figure this out.
The map.
Get out.
I refuse.
Yes.
That wasn't it!
Watch carefully.
Got it!
Get out. The case solved. Solved. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out of here. Away.
It's not solved.
Damn!
Get him!
Get out. The case solved. Solved.
That claim doesn't hold up! No, it still isn't solved yet! I will discover who the mastermind is! I will solve every mystery! I will not turn away from the truth!
Lab map.
Yako's the culprit. Everything was caused by Yako alone. He hired Fink the slaughter artist. He prepared the murder weapon. He even killed the doctor. Yako acted alone.
Incorrect.
So what about this Anonymous? Even if they did, you'll never find out who they are.
Ouch.
There's nothing connecting Yako to Anonymous.
I'll slash through this mystery! Chief Yako tried to hide this floor plan along with that photo of himself. It was strange for him to have this in the first place. This is the link between Anonymous and the Chief!
kill you in the name of justice. I'll kill you.
Storage key is only held by Yomi.
None of this doesn't exist! Yako wanted everything! Who cares about some map? It doesn't prove a damn thing!
Ah,
Safe.
Right.
None of this doesn't exist! Yako wanted everything! Who cares about some map? It doesn't prove a damn thing! It has nothing to do with the doctor's murder! This... Anyone can find it!
This is the truth.
yeah.
The floor plan the chief had was from the lab's storage.
But that room was locked. No one could enter it. It was completely sealed off. Only the director of the Peacekeepers had access. So, the only person who could have gotten that floor plan was Peacekeeper Director Yomi.
The anonymous person who gave Chief Yako the floor plan and pushed him to commit murder was you, the director of the Peacekeepers, Yomi Hellsmile! You were the mastermind. You were pulling the strings from behind the scenes. You instigated the chief to commit murder!
Oh, he's so angry.
I never thought someone as empty as me could feel so much emotion. This is the first time in my life I felt this angry.
Ah.
How did you do it? What did you do to drive the chief to murder? Answer me!
I'm not telling you anything, idiot.
Huh?
So what if you figured it out? Who cares? It's too late now, you pathetic ingrates. Everyone died just as I planned. Now no one can stand in my way. No one can lay a hand on me. You should be grateful. I'm cleaning up this city.
What did you say?
Oh.
Master, I hate to admit it, but Yomi's right. You can't do anything to him here.
Why not?
He manipulated Fuzzhead from behind the scenes, but he wasn't the one who murdered the doctor. This mystery labyrinth is for the murder of Dr. Huesca. You can't punish Yomi.
Then what can we do? He has to pay for what he did!
We can't do anything! That's why I'm freaking out too!
So, exposing the truth would be pointless? Then why have we been seeking it all this time?
The truth is meaningless. I'm in charge in Kanai Ward. I have to laugh. Who could have guessed things would go so well? Yako Furio was a pain in the ass. The only reason I kept him alive is for this moment. He didn't even realize I was manipulating him into killing the doctor for me. How stupid can you be?
Man, you're making me not want to play Luca and Star Rail, but you're still an essential part of my team, Yomi.
You'll pay for this!
Master, time's up. The mystery labyrinth is about to be destroyed.
only we had found out what he was up to sooner, we might have been able to stop him. Still, I should be able to bring this memory back into the real world. I'll remember this confession. I'm not sure if it'll help, but I'll interrogate him once we return to the real world.
It doesn't matter. I'll cover it all up. You're all nothing but scum beneath my feet. I'm untouchable. And now, I'm gonna dispose of you, like the trash you are!
Oh.
Damn it!
Yuma Coco heads filled with rage. Ugh. Let me add him in chapter 5, guys.
Hey, hurry up! Execute these scumbags immediately! Criminals have no rights!
You will pay for this!
What's with that look? Are you seriously going to defy me? Well, I don't care. You're all going to die now.
This is real bad, Master! He's serious!
Wait. Director Yomi Hellsmile. We know all about your secret dealings with Dr. Weska.
Oh!
What? Did you say something? Maybe I'll kill the loudest one of you first.
Oh, you
If you have
bitch!
something to say, go ahead. I can't hear you. Come on, who wants to be the first to die?
Damn it!
Forget it. I guess I'll just kill both of you at the same time.
You bitch!
This guy isn't listening to a thing we say! If he was the real culprit, I'd both kill him!
It's all going exactly how he wants. Solving the case didn't help anything.
Goodbye. Hope you enjoy the worst nightmare of your life as you die.
The only one who will be having nightmares is you.
Oh!
You! I thought you went back to the surface! What are you doing here?
Well, Yomi, there's something I want you to see. What do you think of this?
We're almost at the 3-hour mark, guys. But we're gonna finish the chapter.
How did you get that?
Most of the secret deals you've been making over the years are listed here.
Uh-huh.
Looks like someone's been cooking the books. You conspired with Dr. Weska and leaked Amaterasu's technology to other national enterprises. And with the money you obtained, you bribed the right people to control this city.
Lies! You made that all up! Hey! I don't care if he is the CEO. Arrest this masked freak!
He's shooked. Look how shooked
You
he
can't
is.
let this outsider barge in here and take control of this city! Capture him, execute him, chop his head off, crush his skull! What's wrong? Why are you just standing there? If you're scared, then I'll offer a bounty! Whoever kills him gets 100 million shin!
Your assets are frozen.
Won't you obey me? He's using false information to tear the Peacekeepers apart! You want that? You'll all be out of a job! Kanai Ward is better off without people like him! This city's fallen into ruin ever since he showed up! Now follow my orders! This city doesn't belong to him. It belongs to me, the Great Yomi!
I'm sorry, Director Yomi. This city doesn't belong to anyone.
Oh shit!
You... Martina, you're alive?
Makoto saved her. Oh my god, she was too hot to die.
Makoto stopped the execution order you issued. I am here today thanks to him.
Martina is right. Kanai Ward belongs to everyone who lives here. It doesn't belong to you!
Shinigami?
Probably best to stay quiet and watch for now.
So, you're on that freak's side now?
I mean, that's your own fault, man.
I won't stand for this. You're a member of the Peacekeepers! I won't allow such insubordination!
Director Yomi, there's something I'd like to say to you. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to consult with a lawyer.
Oh, you actually have rights now.
What?
She didn't get cubed. Yeah.
Your reign is over, Yummy Hell Smile. Now, everyone, arrest the offending suspect. Please, do not be too rough. Even criminals have rights.
Oh.
Damn it. Damn you! Mark my words, you masked bastard! Yomi Hellsmile will be back! And when I am, I'll kill you! I'll rip you to pieces for taking everything from me! You're all dead! I'll kill every last one of you!
As we discussed before, upon receiving his punishment, I hereby resign from my role in the Peacekeepers.
You don't have to.
I must. This is my way of taking responsibility as his accomplice. Well, Chief Executive Makoto, I hope you will see to the rest.
Damn. Martina's no longer super thirsty and can think
Sorry
straight.
for
Yeah.
causing so much trouble. That should settle things for now.
What's going on?
While the Peacekeepers had their hands full with the lab incident, I snuck into Yomi's room and looked around. And there, I found this file. It's all thanks to you.
Don't tell me. You meant to bring us here to be a decoy from the start?
It was all just a series of coincidences.
Looks like I wasn't able to die once again. Well, at least things worked out.
I thought it'd be
That's
one
really
final thing
dangerous.
against him.
I thought you were done for, Master.
Oh,
Are you okay, Vivia? I'll manage. I might have died if he hadn't shown up.
I'm sorry about what happened to Chief Yakko. With Yomi gone, there's a change in the winds of Kanai Ward, even through the endless downpour. I will rebuild this city from the ground up.
But there's still one more chapter, I think.
Because I love this city more than anyone else.
I see.
By the way, how did your investigation at the secret lab go? Did you find what you were looking for? You know, the so-called immortal monster, the homunculus.
No, I didn't find anything.
Maybe homunculi are just rumors, but let me know if you'd still like help in your search. If it's within my power, I'll permit you detectives to search anywhere in Kanai Ward.
Thanks.
Well, I need to get going. You should return to your friends.
Most of our friends.
I'm sure they're worried about you.
Most of them are.
Plus, I need to tell everyone what happened to Fuzzhead.
Oh, one more thing. I have a gift for you, my friend. To express my gratitude,
A gift?
Kanai Ward will be reborn, thanks to you.
I haven't done anything.
No, that's not true. Please accept the gift. We're friends, aren't we?
I'm so sus right now.
Oh, but don't open it yet. It's a bit of a surprise.
Sure. Okay.
See you later.
I am so worried and sus right now.
Look, he is back!
Are you alright? We saw a bunch of peacekeepers heading that way.
Well, how did the investigation go?
The case is closed.
Closed? Really?
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Now the Chief can rest without any regrets.
Rest? Wait. Do you mean the Chief? Wait, you're joking, right?
Oh.
He passed away quite a while ago. I was hoping he would live until Yuma and the others returned, but there was nothing we could do.
A while ago? And that means he was dead before the Mystery Labyrinth.
Oh, that's why he couldn't talk to us, but his soul still made it to the Mystery Labyrinth.
No, it can't be. Chief Yako, please, tell me you're only sleeping. I will turn back time now, so please, open your eyes!
Stop it. There's no need to keep pestering the Chief.
But...
I wish I could do something too. He's dead. As a detective, you should understand that. Don't sob like a baby. I want to cry too, but...
Oh no, I'm gonna cry again.
Was he already dead? Or was it due to the Mystery Labyrinth? We'll never know.
I think I'll head home now. My business here is done.
So cold-hearted. As usual. He's like an emotionless robot.
No, he's just doing it his own way.
Vivia, we should head back too. With the Chief, of course.
Fish are really rarely caught at the riverbank. Did you guys know that? Yeah, people grieve differently, yeah, for sure.
Master, how long are you gonna let this get you down? I know you're shocked that Buzzhead was the culprit, but you and I solved it together, so shouldn't we be celebrating?
Solved it? Yes, we did learn the truth. But it didn't resolve anything. What's the point of solving something if it doesn't save anyone? In the end, we still don't know why the Chief did it. How could you even consider it solved?
I understand why you're upset. Alright, I'll leave you alone for now. Yuma? I thought you'd be here.
Kurumi,
I just promised I'd give him some alone time!
are you sure you should be walking around alone at this hour?
I heard about Chief Yako. Hey, Yuma. Did we make a mistake? If we didn't try to find that secret lab, maybe Chief Yako would still be alive.
I don't know if what we did was right or wrong. But either way, I think it would have ended like this eventually.
I'm glad to see that you've returned safely.
Thank you.
To tell the truth, while you were at the lab, I looked into Chief Yako's past a bit.
Huh?
I was just curious. Do you remember that talk on the submarine?
To me, this town is my life. My bitter past, my fun memories, they're all right here.
He never did have Yako as a Mystery Labyrinth partner because he doesn't have a forte to use coalescence with.
I just wanted to protect the happiness I found within arm's reach. But it wasn't easy. It was too much for me to handle on my own. And as a result, I lost everything. I was an empty shell until you all came along.
In short, the chief lost his wife 4 years ago. She was a researcher at Amaterasu's lab.
Uh-huh.
The chief's wife was an Amaterasu researcher?
On top of that, his wife's death was declared an accident, but there seems to be more to the story. At the time, the lab's head researcher was suspected of leaking technological information. It was the chief's wife that blew the whistle. If what she said was true, he would have been removed. But on the day before the commission came to investigate, an experiment went wrong and exploded, killing her.
It's obvious that someone was trying to silence her.
Yeah. Chief Yako probably suspected that too. He was conducting his own investigation. In the end, I don't know what conclusion he reached.
So that's who the chief wanted to protect most. It's what he meant when he said he lost everything.
And the person his wife accused was Weska.
Dr. Weska.
Do you know who that is?
No, it doesn't ring a bell. It's getting late. Let's head back to the detective agency. The chief's final words. I think they were actually meant for himself.
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
But I think he was wrong, because everyone is mourning you, Chief. Chief, I've made up my mind. No matter how cruel it may be, I will expose the truth hidden in this city.
Hey, did you come up with this dish yourself? I've never had anything so
And we're gonna
tasty.
confront this guy now.
Thank you. Cooking is all I'm really good at, after all.
Are you hungry? Can I make you something at the agency?
Well, I guess I haven't eaten in a while.
What? This flatty is gonna mix something dangerous into your food. I suggest you stay far away. Alright. What should I make? I need to cheer you up.
Cooking is all you're good at, huh? Huh, guy? Cooking's all you're good at?
I'll go on ahead and make something in the kitchen.
She seems rather considerate. She's a nice girl.
Yeah.
I wish you'd be more considerate to me.
Yuma, does light shine into your world now that you've obtained the truth?
I don't know. It's like you said. I feel as though the world's ended. I tried so hard to find the truth. Should I not have done that?
You should ask yourself that. Tomorrow, the you of tomorrow will have an answer for the you of today.
As usual, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Vivia.
Look at them being friends like that.
What's that?
It was hidden in the drawer of the chief's desk. It seems like a letter from Anonymous.
Anonymous? You mean Yomi?
Of course, he didn't know Anonymous was Yomi. This letter mentioned the truth behind his wife's death 4 years ago.
The truth?
It describes how Dr. Weska conspired to murder her. The facts were laid out, cold and calculated. I wonder, how did the chief feel when he
Anonymous.
read it?
Yes.
It's not hard to imagine him burning with a desire for revenge against Dr. Weska. By the way, this letter arrived right after I was dispatched to Kanai Ward. In other words, the motive and means were both in the chief's hands.
So the letter was the trigger.
In my ghost form, I've seen the chief staring at this letter in secret many times. Back then, I didn't know what he was reading, but I know the chief was thinking about it constantly. Perhaps the map of the lab was sent together with this letter.
If so, then it was a total setup.
I'm sure the chief deeply regretted using our fortes as part of his crime. Or maybe that's just the truth I seek. Maybe it's nothing more than wishful thinking.
You might be right. I think the chief wavered back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people think Vivier is cold-hearted, but I think he cared deeply for the chief. He really did admire him.
Well, I think he's terrible at showing it. He needs to work on his facial expressions at the very least.
By the way, Yuma, Yomi definitely was the mastermind who worked in the shadows to put this together. With that aside, there's one more person I'm curious about.
Makoto?
You mean Makoto Kagutsuchi? I know. Do you think it was a coincidence he brought me to the lab today? Or... Oh, the phone.
It's a call from the WDO. We should go back inside.
Muscle-bound body for, number 1? Okay. Blank. We're getting all new things here. Okay, I don't want to read too much of it.
I know about Yako Furio. Who could have suspected that a proud detective of the WDO would commit murder?
He doesn't know anything.
If only the World Detective Organization had sent support to Kanai Ward sooner.
Stop it. There's no point in saying that now.
I can hear you. Enough idle talk. Focus. The only thing a detective must do is solve cases. Concentrate on solving mysteries. Emotions will only shackle you as a detective. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. I know you're suffering from the loss of your chief, but the investigation must continue until Kanai Ward's ultimate secret is revealed. The great global mystery will never be solved. These are heavy responsibilities. It demands your complete attention.
In that case, please tell us. What is the great global mystery? Many master detectives have already been killed. Keeping us in the dark could lead to more deaths. Like what happened to our chief.
Even Halara is mad.
Very well. The great global mystery is a mass kidnapping case.
Huh? Kidnapping?
Yes, countless people from around the world have been kidnapped and taken to Kanai Ward. We are searching for the heinous criminal responsible.
Heinous criminal? Lots of people have been taken to Kanai Ward?
But where could they gather that many people in this city?
Well, I have an idea.
The secret zone?
Huh? Seriously?
Halara seems to know something. You'd better go have a chat, Master.
Is Karumi in the kitchen? She's not here. She said she was cooking. Where's Karumi? I'm just gonna go straight to Halara.
the restricted area. They could gather all the kidnapped people there.
You're right. That would be the perfect place to hide them.
I was planning on discussing it later, but there is some new information about that place. It appears that the restricted area does in fact have a corpse disposal facility.
However, there are lots of rumors about the restricted area. For example, they even say it's a corpse disposal facility where bodies from Kanai Ward are dumped off. What? That rumor was true?
In Kanai Ward, corpses rot easily due to the humidity from the rain, so they are quick to retrieve bodies. The corpses are then loaded onto trucks and transported to the restricted area for disposal. But that process is managed by a department with a handful of people working directly for Amaterasu's CEO. On top of that, they are only involved in transportation. They aren't aware of what happens afterwards. How the bodies are buried and who buries them is a mystery.
All of this secrecy around the burials. It's suspiciously cautious.
The CEO is that Makoto guy, right? Does he have something to do with the corpse burials?
But how is the global kidnapping case related to a corpse disposal facility?
I know! They are forcing the kidnapped people to bury the bodies!
I doubt it. Why bother kidnapping just for that?
Anyway, there's definitely something happening in the city. Something sinister.
Besides Yomi, too.
We just don't know what it is.
While we're at it, perhaps I should share the information I've obtained as well.
Huh? You got something too?
That anemic vampire knows something. I sure wish we'd gotten the whole story right away. Let's go find out what that anemic vampire has to say.
I don't know if it has anything to do with what's going on here, but while I was using spectral projection to search for the secret lab, I kept hearing about a strange rumor in town. There's a taboo among Kanai Ward's residents. Something they must never discuss in front of outsiders.
We just saw that in the loading screen, I think.
Taboo?
He's probably the only one who could have learned that. I doubt anyone would mention it in front of detectives.
So what was it about?
The Blank Week Mystery.
The Blank Week Mystery?
Unfortunately, all I know is its name, and that it's taboo to mention it in Kanai Ward.
Huh? That's it? I don't get it.
Well, it does sound ominous. Maybe it has something to do with the mass kidnapping and the restricted area.
But all we have to go on is the term.
The Blank Week Mystery is taboo in Kanai Ward.
Can we ask Kurumi about it?
I wonder if Kurumi has heard about it. I should ask her after this meeting with number 1.
She's an informant who may be hiding information. If that's true, you'll have to torture the info out of her.
The Great Global Mystery, the Restricted Area, the Blank Week Mystery, and a heinous criminal pursued by the WDO. After coming this far, we're still discovering more mysteries. How are they all connected? What is going on in Kanai Ward?
Listen closely, detectives. If this case is ignored, more people will fall victim.
Uh-huh.
You are the only ones who can stop it. The World Detective Organization never overlooks a mystery. Any and all truths must be exposed.
Okay.
As always, we are aiming for a perfect solution. Now that I'm involved in this case, I will guide us to that end. Go forth, proud detectives. Eliminate all
Ah!
What?
Yeah, I saw the cutoff.
What's going on?
I was expecting him to get shot or something, not explode.
Number 1, I heard an explosion. What's that? Another branch. A news flash. Alright, give me the video feed.
We bring you breaking news. The WDO headquarters has been struck by a terrorist bombing.
Oh.
Here's live footage from the scene. You can see the fierce fire consuming it. For those of you just tuning in.
Terror attack?
At the WDO?
The WDO? What's going on?
What is this? What is happening? Master, this is...
Ah! The gift! Knockout gas?
What is this?
Oh, he was sus.
I must rewind.
No, it's gas. Everyone, hold your breath.
I wanna die someday.
Hey, Master! Master!
Okay. I'm pretty sure my health isn't good. Ah, it's just S again, yeah. Double S is so hard to get, I swear. Okay, let's switch this over. But yeah, I got S's, I think, in every chapter up to this point, so it's not like I'm doing bad. But like, yeah, it's that health thing. It's always like hard to like finish off, right? But yeah. Ooh! This was a sad day. I was very sad. Like I was thinking it too. Like last stream, I was like, how did the culprit do this? And I was thinking, it's like, with all the stuff with Yako and the stuff we found, it's like, I was like, could it have been Yako? Or someone in the detective agency? Fubuki coming in late, getting tricked by Yako to like do some stuff without like knowing it? It was a lot, yeah. But yeah, but like I didn't want to think it either. I was like Yuma, I was like, no, couldn't it be? Could it? But then I'm like, no. Kodaka likes to mess with us in like the worst ways. But yeah. Next chapter though, looks like it's gonna reveal a bunch of stuff though. Like I have some other things thinking too, right? Like the stuff with number 1, Yuma's pass. Not sure how Makoto's gonna fit into this. And then there's also that mysterious ramen shop owner, right? They told us in the cutscenes, like, the person in the cloak is that ramen shop owner. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. A meat bun in honor of Yako. Yeah, we never did get him his meat bun. I really hope we get him his meat bun at the end. But yeah, it's just like, there's so much stuff. And they just added this whole new thing we can't even talk about. The blank week mystery. I'm really excited at what like Kodaka's plan is in this last chapter. It is very... I'm just super excited. Other than that, probably after we finish this, I want to see if like what Yako's like DLC, is it just reading? You know, the book? Is it a book? The thing you get with Yako if you buy like the game pre-order or you get the physical game? Is it just a book? Do you guys know? If it's just a book, I might not read it on stream because I feel like that's boring, right? It's just reading. There's no pictures, nothing. It's like just a book. And there's also DLC for this game, which I have no idea what it'll be. You heard it's a book? I might just read it off screen, then yeah. because like you get something to download for it. I got the physical version, so I got the download code and everything. But yeah, I might just read it off screen then. But yeah, with the DLC, I have no idea what they're planning with this. If it's just like book stuff like with Yako, is like probably won't go into that either. Yeah, digital prequel novel. Yeah, 64 pages, so it's not long. Yeah, I feel like it'd just be a boring thing to stream, right? But yeah, after we do that, depending on what the DLC is, we might come back to this game. I do plan on trying to do Final Fantasy 16 instead after this game, though. So that's my plan. I want to do 16. I've been holding off on 16 for like ever, and I'm just like, I want to get into it. I want to play the game. I want to know what's going on in 16. What is Yoshi P's stuff going on in there? But yeah. Also, we do have to get back to Kingdom Hearts. Like I said, we're on this one game schedule right now after like I got my monitor fixed and everything. But yeah. Like we do have to get back to finishing Kingdom Hearts. We're at I believe like 0.2 now. And like some of Union Cross to get to 3 and finish that off. But there is that too. And if you guys have other games you want to mention, it's like, yeah, go ahead and mention it. I'll see if I can like fit it in somewhere too. If there's a game you guys recommend, that'd be, like I said, I try to recommend it. If it is like a mystery game, it is hard if I have played it already, like Danganronpa and stuff, because it's like, there's nothing less interesting than watching someone play a mystery game when they already know the mystery, right? When they're not blind. It's like there's replay value in playing these games on your own, but not really in streaming it, I believe. Yeah, like you mentioned, yeah, Life is Strange. That might be something I look into it. There's like, there is like 16 I want to go through and like the Kingdom Hearts series, but like, if I fit it in, I might do Life is Strange as well. Someone also mentioned the Walking Dead Telltale series too. Yeah, it's just a lot of different things. Like, we'll figure it out. Yeah, on that note, it's late now. It was a really long stream. I'm tired. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and I'll catch you guys next time. Night.